Hello, welcome to another Daily Digest video as I wait for this queue to fire. I am Merriam. Today I am playing a Bant Eldritch Evolution deck that is pretty interesting in what it does. It's essentially an aggro deck. There's very little disruption here, less than you would expect to find in a toolboxy kind of thing. It's really just using Eldritch Evolution for value to get a bunch of Wiltleaf Leeches into play. Usually you're sacrificing Voice of Resurgence, so a creature gets left behind. Otherwise, you can just curve into Wiltleaf Leech naturally. So that puts a lot of power into play very quickly, a lot of pressure on your opponent, and then there's just minimally disruptive cards. Teague fits in really nicely because Evolution slips in underneath it. And it's a green-white creature. So this hand looks pretty good. We can start on a mana creature, which is great. Not sure if I'm going to want to Eldritch Evolution the mana creature away on turn 2. I don't think I will. I think I'll prefer to get one of these things down and then see what I want to do from there. But definitely a keep. Looks like our opponent's on the play. That's lucky. Omaha Bear Hug. I don't know what that is, but it sounds dangerous. Wooded Foothills could mean many things. Could mean Scapeshift, could mean Dredge, could mean Burn, could mean Mono Green Devotion. Basic Forest Bird. This would suggest to me the green-red Ponza deck. So why don't I get a basic in case I get Blood Mooned and get my Noble Hierarch down. And see if my forest is long for this world. Okay, Rising Canopy rules out the green-red land destruction deck. This could be a mono green devotion list. Could just be green-white value town. Yeah, I guess they usually have a couple of green fetches in addition to the heaths. Yeah, okay, green-white value town. Ramanap Excavator. Usually a card you want to play a little bit later in the game. But it does mean I want to conserve basics in my deck because I have Path and Ghost Quarter. It also means I want to play Ooze and get this fetch out of their graveyard. So let's do that. And pass a turn. No value for you. None. 9. Let's hope I don't get Collected Companied here. I'd love to get the Teague down next turn. But they always have it. Ooh. Well, it's definitely not Courser or Tracker that they would have here. Ooh, just Bird. Love that. Love that a lot. Okay, yep, take 2. 3 cards in hand. Is this even Mind Sensor? If they have Mind Sensor, I would just get it down main phase. Oh, just Path. Okay. Well, yeah, I'm pretty happy they use that there. Now I get guaranteed 4 mana. I wasn't going to exile anything. They should have just upkeep that Path. Ooh. So I could Cataclysmic Gearhulk them this turn and keep both of my things and get rid of 2 of their things. That seems great. Awkward that I drew another basic. There's only 1 more in the deck, I believe. If I remember the list correctly, yeah, there's 3 forests. So I might get Ghost Quartered out quickly, but if they sack both birds to keep the Excavator, they're going to path one of their own creatures. Ghost Quartering their own land. Oh, Ghost Quartering my Hallowed Fountain. Yes, get a forest. Are they going to now path my Noble Hierarch? Or I guess path my Cataclysmic Gearhulk. I mean, I'm out of basics. Yep. But that's fine. They're down to 1 card in hand. I guess they're going to keep the excavator so they can, yeah. They're going to keep... this is not good. And I think I only have the one ooze. Yeah, I'm under... Yeah. Jesus, one. I guess they're going to start strip mining me. Yeah. So I have to start applying a lot of pressure as quickly as I can. So if they're going to use their turn strip mining me, they're not making any progress. They only have 2 lands here. They're not going to be able to play much. Oh, what can I do against this? Well, I'm definitely playing voice. And then next turn I'll Eldritch Evolution that voice into just a Wiltleaf Liege and start attacking. Oh no, that's not good at all. They get to get back a path here. Oh, Eternal Witness is very good. So they're going to give me a turn with 1 more mana to be able to double Ghost Quarter plus path on my turn. I think I might be falling too far behind now because they get to... I guess now I get to double spell at least. So let's mush for 3. Oh no, I should have done this differently. I should have played voice and evolutioned it immediately. Oh no, but they have path. Okay. So I want to let them path something. I have a Fiend Hunter that can get rid of this excavator. So I want to let them path something this turn. Sack this. Okay. What do I even want to get here? I guess Wiltleaf Liege is going to be very difficult to cast. Yeah. So I guess I let them... I get a Liege here, so I missed 2 damage. They're going to go to 12 and path something, and then double Ghost Quarter me. Oh, okay. Well, now they can't double Ghost Quarter me. That's fine. Do they want to play something else here? Seems difficult for them to go through this turn without using their path, because my attack is going to be for a lot. Yeah. So they path. Are they playing another... They have to have a 2-mana thing, I guess? If not, then they might have just snapped off tapping the Windsoak, clicking the Windsoak Teeth, and then regretted it. But that's fine. A land here would be nice to get both my things down. So they've used the path. I guess I will evolution the voice. This is going to get an extra creature in play, so it'll get me an extra point of damage. Find the Fiend Hunter. Fiend Hunter the Ramanap. Please don't have another path. Sacking the Horizon Canopy. That is... Wow. That is a thing, I guess. But puts them under a lot of pressure to find the answer here because they've put themselves down to 2 lands again. Okay, so they have another Ghost Quarter in hand. Lucky. Is this a voice? Ghost Quartering themselves to get to 3 lands. See, I don't know why they sacked that canopy. If they're Ghost Quartering themselves, they need 2 green? Another Witness? Oh, Courser. Okay, that makes sense. That'll help them, but I'm going to be able to attack with 2 5/5s here. They have to chump one of them with the Witness, I guess. Does that do anything? I don't think so. Because I don't want to sack the Fiend Hunter, and there's no real 3-drop I want to find. So let's just get the Smiter down. I could consider Ghost Quartering them, but I don't think that's good. Most lists have a second plane. Some lists only have 1. I know Todd Stevens usually plays 2 planes. I think Nassif only plays 1. So it depends on their list. It's hard for me to tell which for now. I'm in excellent shape here. I'm just so far ahead on board. They went for that strip mine plan really early without really having a lead on board. So they drew Temple Garden. They play Ghost Quarter off the top of their deck. They go to 3. Yeah. They've got 2 other cards in their hand they need to deal with. They can't deal with all 3 of my lethal threats here, so game. Okay. Well, I definitely want to bring in Path to Exile, and I definitely want to bring in Scavenging Ooze. I don't think I need... Actually, I don't think I need Thragtusk. I like Gaddock Teagan sort of in this matchup. So it shuts off Collecting Company, but it also shuts off my own Nissas. And Nissa, I think, is one of my better cards in the matchup. I don't think I'm going to be tutoring for it ever. I think I'll just bring it out. I like Anthems. I guess what I don't like are Smiters. They're just sort of big, dumb idiots. And that's not what this matchup's about. They're going to have Knights that are big, dumb idiots of their own. So I guess we just cut some of those. I like Sigarda mainly because I like just a big flyer. I think that can be hard to contain for them. I guess Reclamation Sage is kind of good against Courser. Is there a chance that I just want 1 as a tutor target? I could see that. I want to have more utility in this matchup rather than just raw power, because they're going to be able to blunt aggression pretty well. I do still like the Lord, like the Anthem style effect, because it does. This is still going to be a combat-centric matchup, but I want to be able to bring in as much disruption as I can to stop their engine. And Sage does sort of help do that. Courser is actually a pretty big part of it. So let's go with those. I guess the Pride Mage is actually bad. It seems worse than Rex Sage. Should probably just have 2 Rex Sages and no Pride Mage. But Pride Mage is just a better overall card, so maybe 1/1 is better. Those are really tiny margins that I'm debating in my head. So I'm going to try to leave as many basics in my deck as I can, even if it costs me some life. I don't actually think this hand is keepable. Blind, I would generally keep this hand, but in this matchup on the draw, I really want a mana creature because I don't want to fall behind. Voice is not great in the matchup. It's not a great attacker, and they're not really doing much on my turn. And it'll be hard to protect Nissa, so I'm going to mulligan this hand. This hand at least has Voice and Eldritch Evolution, which is nice, and Ooze, which is a good piece of disruption. So even without a mana creature on 6, I'm willing to keep it. And there is a mana creature. Bam. So now... yeah, let's just play this Temple Garden. I might want to find Hallowed Fountain off of that fetch. I guess not. I guess I probably find Breeding Pool actually. Yeah, because I want blue mana out of a land, but I also want the max green mana for ooze. No mana creature for them I like. No 2-drop. Well, this to me suggests a Path to Exile, and in that case, I'm going to play Voice instead of Ooze. Normally, I would want to play Ooze to maximize my mana, exile that Windswept Heath, but they usually don't ram it up that early, so I'm not under that much pressure to get it out of the way, and I don't want to lose my Ooze to a Path without getting some good value from it. This also lets me crack this fetch for a ETB tap land, so I don't shock myself again. Okay, no double green for Ghost Quarter. Well, they did have the Path, so go me. I'll get a Forest. And I'll crack this fetch. Looks like their hand was very questionable. They haven't done anything proactive. Interesting. Well, their hand being as slow as it is, I just want to get aggressive here. So I'll play the ETB untapped land so I can get in for 2. I was a little wary of that, exposing the Gavany Township to Ghost Quarter, but this is a spot where if they strip mine themselves, I'm pretty happy about it, and I have other things to do with my mana anyway. So let's just get in the 2. I assume they must have company in the sand if they kept it. Oh, well, there's the Excavator to punish me a little bit. This is into a Path. Usually only have 2 of these, right? It's okay. I got 1 card of value. But now I'm going to attack for 5. Ooh. That is interesting. I can voice Evo the Voice into another Liege and attack for 8. I guess the Noble still doesn't really attack because it's a 2/3. So the attack would be for 7. So that's only 2 more damage. And I think I want to take the line where I just get this land out of their graveyard. Because they're clear. I don't think they have another land in their hand, given the double Ghost Quarter early. So stymieing their mana will be important. This also gets 2 more creatures on the battlefield to set up my township. And keeps the Eldritch Evolution in case I want to, say, find Fiend Hunter or something. Keeps more options on the table. Get this Windswept Heath out of there. And play this. Okay, well, I'm incredibly far ahead, but, you know, they still have 6 cards in their hand. If they've got a Path or 2, really, I guess there's Path on this Wiltleaf Liege. And Ghost Quarter and Township can easily get them back in. Granted, I can Evo for another one, so. But then they have time to set up something else. What is going on? Got some noise in the apartment today. Downstairs neighbors must be fiddling with something. What could they be thinking about? Usually people do slow down when they're behind. So I'm not that surprised for them to be in the tank this turn. When you're behind, none of your options seem good. So you tend to look at them for a while. Okay, they play Corsair. They hit a land on the top. That's good. But I still have very good attacks here. Okay, they're getting rid of my township. Yes, I'll use Ghost Quarter's ability. I would like a forest, please. Now let's stop F6ing. Now we can use this green mana to get rid of that Ghost Quarter right now. Not waste a mana on our own turn. And so with the township in play, I had the ability to attack with both of these. And they didn't really have any good blocks. Now they can double block one of them. So, what do I want to do? How do I lose this game? Yeah, I guess this is a time where I wish I had. I guess this is a time where I actually wish I had the Teague in my deck. But actually, what I can do is play Finks and Eldritch Evolution it into a Wiltleaf Leech, since I can get X or less. And that will make my attack very good. Sacrifice this one. Let it persist. I was thinking about the 5-drops, and they aren't actually very good, but a second Wiltleaf Leech is great. Because now I can attack with everything. Because they can't double block the U's. The other two are lethal. They have to chump block one of the 6/6s, go to 2, and then I have 5 lethal creatures on the board. A lot of times they'll have Elspeth in their sideboard, but they're two mana away from the Elspeth, so that's not a problem. Yeah, there's the Collected Company, but I don't see what this is going to hit. That's going to do enough. Even if I guess if it hit 2 Wiltleaf Lieges, or not 2 Fiend Hunters for my Wiltleaf Lieges. But yeah, that's not in their deck, and we win a pretty easy game there in a matchup that generally I think would be kind of poor, but they didn't really get off the ground quickly in either game, and that's what's really important whenever you're playing sort of mana creature deck mirrors. That early mana creature is super important because both decks are used to playing from ahead and aren't as good at playing from behind. So getting ahead early is really the most important thing. And you saw I mulliganed a reasonable hand there in game 2 and got a much better hand and was able to bury them while they kept a pretty questionable 7. So very instructional match there as to how to play those sorts of decks against each other. And hope you enjoyed watching it, and you can come back and see me on Friday. Bye.